And a lot of folks might think that, so that's the reason why they don't want to look for a mentor. Or maybe it's just a pride thing and you genuinely feel like, man, what I look like having a mentor, I can just figure it out. I gotten this far by myself already. And yeah, that's a good point to make, but you genuinely know for a fact there's somebody out there that was once in the position that you currently in right now, and you know that you have access to whatever game that it was that they given. There's nothing wrong at going to research that and look at the specific thing they said so you can have the game yourself. Alright, what's happening YouTube? Paulo here and welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you guys are having a great rest of your day today. And in today's video, we gonna be talking about something that's incredibly beneficial to you if you somebody that's on your journey to bettering yourself. But at the same time, even though I say this is something that's incredibly beneficial, I think it's also something that a lot of us, myself included, tend to overlook because we think that we don't necessarily need this thing in order to better ourselves. And the thing I'm talking about specifically, as you can see from the title, is finding the right mentors. Now, the main thing that inspired me to want to talk about this specific topic was after reading the latest chapter of the book I'm currently reading, which is called The Daily Stoic. And not only that, just looking back at myself, and I've been somebody that's been doing this specific thing for a little while now. I don't know the specific time, but I just know that it's been a little minute. And my personal mentors that I tend to look to for game and advice, and it might sound a little bit funny, but it's just me being real and being honest. And there's nothing wrong with this, but it's people that are well known, legends, folks that was once here, but they're sadly no longer here. And the personal mentors I'm talking about are folks like Kobe Bryant, Nipsey Hussle, and Tupac. There's also some folks that are here, some of my personal favorite YouTubers to watch. Folks like, there's this channel called Purpose Driven, run by a dude named Malik Dave Lewis. I've been watching him for a good while now, and he has so much game and so much wisdom to give. Not only that, I look into a philosophy known as Stoicism, and I tend to study some of the well-known philosophers, those philosophers being Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, just all the well-known philosophers in that philosophy, but mainly those two I tend to study the most. And it's good and incredibly beneficial to look to having mentors, because as much as we like to think we can just figure everything out on our own, we really can't. And a lot of folks might think that, so that's the reason why they don't want to look for a mentor. Or maybe it's just a pride thing and you genuinely feel like, man, what I look like having a mentor, I can just figure it out. I gotten this far by myself already. And yeah, that's a good point to make, but you genuinely know for a fact there's somebody out there that was once in the position that you currently in right now, and you know that you have access to whatever game that it was that they given. There's nothing wrong at going to research that and look at the specific thing they said so you can have the game yourself. But with all that being said, I'ma stop doing all this talking. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, the main thing that made me want to talk about this was after reading the chapter from the book that I'm reading called The Daily Stoic. And I'ma read that chapter for you, and we're gonna go in depth once a little bit more on why it's important to have the right mentors. So according to Ryan Holiday, he ends up writing in this chapter, we like to say that we don't get to choose our parents, that they were given by chance. Yet we can truly choose whose children we like to be. That's a quote that he pulled from Seneca. We are fortunate enough that some of the greatest men and women in history have recorded their wisdom and folly in books and journals. Many others have had their lives chronicled by a careful biographer, Plutarch to Boswell to Robert Caro. The literature available at your average library amounts to millions of pages and thousands of years of knowledge, insight, and experience. Maybe your parents were poor role models or you lacked a great mentor, yet if we choose to, we can easily access the wisdom of those who came before us, those whom we aspire to be like. We not only owe it to ourselves to seek out this hard-won knowledge, we owe it to the people who took the time to record their experiences, to try to carry on the traditions and follow their examples, to be the promising children of these noble parents. Man, oh man, I genuinely couldn't have worded it better myself. And like I said, I think a lot of times the reasons that we don't tend to look for the right mentors is most likely because number one, we don't think that we need to have mentors in order to become a better version of ourselves. Alright, my camera ended up overheating, so I'm gonna try to get through this so it doesn't do it again. But number two, we might already know that it's in our best benefit to get a mentor in a certain area, but because maybe our pride is just so big and we might think that we might look down on for having a mentor, we don't act on it. And I'm not gonna say that was my reasoning for number one, not looking to folks for inspiration. I just never really thought about it back then. But as I get older and the more I start thinking about wanting to better myself, I know that I don't have all the answers. And even to the folks that you look for information, as wise as they are, they don't have all the answers. They don't 100% be right all of the time, but those folks comparing to you, and if you try to get their game before and it end up working for you, there's nothing wrong with getting it again. And another thing, folks that you look at as mentors or to get inspired from, it can even be folks that you know in real life. Because if that was the case, I can also say my certain group of homies. And the reason I say them is because they're some of the smartest folks that I know. And they do that because they tend to do a lot of research. They never stop learning. They didn't have that mentality where, oh, I done graduated high school, so let me just stop learning. Nah, one, we done already graduated almost 2 years ago, and he's still learning new stuff every day, while the other one, he is in college, and of course that comes with learning new stuff every day. And even if when he wasn't, he was still learning new stuff every day. So to have that in your constant circle on a daily basis, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna rub off on you to want to do the same things. And in a way, that's a slightly little version of mentorship. You should have that in your circle at all times. And if you don't, I'm not going to tell you to cut them off, but just look in other areas so you can find the necessary folks that do have the necessary game that you can apply to yourself to better yourself. All right. So that's going to be it for this video. It was a little short one, but I know it's something that a lot of folks need to hear because once again, most of us think that this isn't something that we should take into consideration, but it really is. It really truly is. And I hope this video inspires you to look into that direction so you can find the necessary mentors and group of people that you need so you can better yourself in whatever area and aspect you're trying to get better at. And if this video did inspire you to potentially do that in the future, then please make sure to hit the like button down below. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, along with many other different type of videos as well, then please make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications. But with all that being said, I'm going to end this video off here. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'm out. Peace.